Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of Viva Barca, where we are going to discuss on some interesting transfer updates. We start with this report claiming that Barca are currently in talks with Manchester City to sign this Portuguese international, talking about Joao Cancelo. According to English sources, we are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Ivan Fresneda, as Barca and Real Madrid are set for El Clasico battle to sign this 18-year-old Spanish defender. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As Barcelona step up their pursuit of a new right back, TalkSport is reporting that the Catalans have already begun talks with Premier League champions Manchester City for Joao Cancelo. A new right back is at the top of the agenda at Barca currently. What what with Julian Araujo leaving on loan and Sergio Dest leaving, likely to leave or have his contract terminated, it would leave Xavi with only Sergio Roberto, who is not entirely reliable, and Jules Koundé, who is reluctant to play as a makeshift right back. As such, Xavi has made it a top priority to bring in new signing or new right-sided fullback, something he stressed in his post-match press conference after the win against AC Milan. So, despite several members of the Barca board leaning towards a move for Real Valladolid starlet Ivan Fresneda, Xavi has been pressing so hard for the signing of Cancelo. The manager has several reasons for his strong-willed pursuit of the 29-year-old Portuguese international, such as the player's proven pedigree, quality, experience, and versatility. And it appears that Barca are willing to fulfill their manager's wishes and have opened talks with Manchester City for the signing of the right back. Cancelo is out of favour at the Etihad and spent the second half of last season on loan at Bayern Munich. Even though he has been involved in the pre-season, the defender is expected to move on, with the citizens preferring a permanent departure. Barca though would like to sign the former Juventus star on a season-long loan deal with an option for purchase. It could become a sticking point in negotiations, but with Jorge Mendes involved, a solution benefiting all parties involved could be carried out. Barca will likely have enough financial fair play margin to accommodate Cancelo's arrival once Ousmane Dembele leaves for PSG. So what remains to be seen now is whether they can reach an agreement with Manchester City. Of course, we are seeing a transfer window where Barca are struggling to get their desired players, because when we look critically, we realize that the players that we have got, right, has not been the first choice. And I think apart from Ilkay Gundogan, but the players that we have got have not been our first choices because of monetary reasons. Because of monetary reasons. And of course, Xavi does not want that to continue. Xavi does not want that to become a habit. And that is why we have realized that the manager has been pushing so hard for the club to go for Joao Cancelo. Joao Cancelo has remained our top choice right back target for this summer window. And even though as difficult as it may sound, because he's rated quite highly, and coupled with Barca's financial issues, it might sound unrealistic that we are still pushing for Joao Cancelo up to this point, but I definitely think that it's still possible. Now, that is why Barca needs to make the use of this Dembele's transfer saga to PSG, because whatever money comes along, which will be at least 50 million euros from the sale of Dembele, is going to greatly help us. It's going to greatly help us. And I think Xavi's main idea for now is to strengthen the team with whatever proceeds that we receive from the Dembele deal. And I think a right back, since there's no right back that we have that we can say is a reliable right back, I think it is imperative for the club to go for a right back. And we know throughout this summer we have been talking about two players linked to that position. Ivan Fresneda of Real Valladolid and Joao Cancelo, who still remains up to now the top choice for Xavi and his coaching staff. So this recent report is claiming that Barca are in negotiations currently with the citizens to discuss a potential sale of Joao Cancelo. And from what we are getting, the player is rated at 50 million euros by his club. Initially, he was rated at 70 million, but Man City have reduced the price to 50 because we quite remember when he was loaned to Bayern Munich in January, Bayern had the option to buy, but they refused to activate that option because, he was not too convincing as many people expected him to be at the Allianz Arena. And also the price tag was really high. 70 million was unreachable, by not like it was unreachable for Bayern, but they were unwilling to go for that. But now he's rated at 50 million, and Barcelona are strongly contemplating going for the deal, which is going to be very tricky. But I think Barca have a plan, and they are trying the best possible way to see if they can strengthen, because the truth is, if we can go for this guy, I definitely think that the right back position will be secured, because as I've said earlier, there have been a lot of shaking ups because players will come and go. We've had the likes of Nelson Semedo coming, Sergio Des coming, a certain Hector Bellerin came and was a disaster, to be honest, last season, and was loaned out immediately and was sold immediately to Sporting CP. I mean, that position has never been anybody's own since Dani Alves left his club back in 2016, and Xavi is trying to make that position a stable one, because honestly, I think if we can get a proper right back, I think it's going to greatly help us in competing next season for all the competitions. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barca manager Xavi made it abundantly clear in his post-match press conference earlier yesterday that the club need to sign a right back. He said, "We need a pure right back." Cancelo of City continues to be Xavi's preferred choice, but Barca also making a move for Ivan Fresneda. The 18-year-old is seen as a younger and more cost-effective option by Barca, and they have already made some progress in their pursuit of the player. But La Liga champions Barca might now have to face a fresh hurdle to sign Fresneda, as arch-rivals Real Madrid have joined the race. Indeed, as per Sport, Real have rekindled their interest in Fresneda, as there are concerns over Dani Carvajal's performances heading into the new season. Los Blancos have been linked with a move for the 18-year-old Valladolid starlet earlier this summer, but those rumors had gone quiet as it appeared that the club were happy with their current right-back options. But now it is said that Carvajal's performances during pre-season have left Real Madrid considering reinforcing the position, with Fresneda, a former trainee of Real Madrid Academy, back on the club's agenda. So as things stand, Barca might have an edge over Real Madrid in the race of Fresneda, as they have already launched an offer for his services. Barca are understood to have tabled a proposal worth 8 million euros plus 10 million in variables, while also being open to offering Estanis Pedrola as part of the deal. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.